I think it's competitive. I think the state is competitive. I think the voters have very strong feelings. They're worried about their jobs. I think we as Democrats don't win it by being anti-Trump. We've got to worry about working people. I will disagree with you. On one issue, that Medicare for All has become very complicated because people don't understand it. And I feel very strongly. I think that's why I was elected to the Congress. But I have to remind people that my father-in-law wrote Social Security and that he got called a socialist and a communist when he wrote it. He was the very first person to introduce universal health care. But I'm also in union halls where I'm really being yelled at.
Right.
And people are afraid of losing their health care, and they don't understand it. So we have to talk about it in a way that tells union workers they're not going to have to worry about whether they're going to lose it anytime. We're the only industrialized nation in the world that does not guarantee its citizens health care. But I'm not sure it was an issue in Nevada. It didn't, and it is an issue in Michigan because I'm getting it in union halls where I'm having to remind people that my father-in-law was called a communist when he wrote Social Security. He was one of the key authors of Social Security. So people are, we've got to talk and we've got to unite. The one thing we have to do is unite.
And that's why I think you're such an extraordinary advocate for single payer, because you have been making the case to unions. And Senator Sanders' plan would grandfather in a lot of the unions where they have 3 or 4 year contracts. I mean, the transition for them doesn't happen until
he's not actually said that, though. He said specifically that people will lose their private health insurance. He has not shied away.
Well, no, he's talked about the unions, getting the wage for what they would have, and that it would not, if you look at his plan, it transitions after 4 years. So most of these union contracts would be grandfathered in and would not actually have losses. And that's why a lot of folks in the unions are actually supporting him. And the important point is that this was part of our platform until 1980. You know, when Jimmy Carter ran on single payer, he had to go to the AFL-CIO and they asked for one thing, which was support single payer if you want our support. So labor traditionally has supported this because they understand that workers should be bargaining for wages, not basic health care.